pretty adverse conditions. How did you rate it?
Kicker's worst nightmare. Yeah, I mean, the wind was whistling out there. It was pretty rough conditions, the worst I've ever kicked in for sure. But you know, as a kicker and a punter, you just have to have a good mindset. You know the conditions, keep track of them throughout the game, and just you know, go in and focus on every kick and make sure you. The biggest thing is the ball contact. So you got to focus on hitting the ball solid. So that's what I did.
Did you have to make adjustments or what? I mean, you know.
To the wind, yes. When you're kicking into the wind, you really got to, you know, keep your drop lower so the ball doesn't, you know, switch direction on you while it's dropped. But so yeah, going into the wind is definitely a lot tougher. But you know, when you have the wind with you, it's kind of an advantage. But you still got to keep your drop low and make good contact.
Was that the hardest? Was that the toughest situations you've had since you've been here?
Yeah, and another thing is it was especially tough because Rutgers brought the house every time. They knew, you know, they're a punt block team. They're not a punt return team. They you know, they came after me pretty tough, and you know, so I had to adjust to that too. I just, you know, had to focus on getting the ball off quick.
What they're doing well?
They have some young guys who've been playing pretty well as of late. You know, a couple of those guys, they rotate a lot of guys. They do a great job at you know, just mixing up their coverages and leverages. You know, when playing man, they're a very fast team, and they play hard for Coach Strong.
When they mix it up like that, I mean, does that put an extra emphasis on what you do and identifying stuff pre-snap?
Always, you know, it's never going to stop. I mean, as you can see, you know, we have to, you know, focus in on every play, you know, in order to get a victory. And like I said, they do a good job of, you know, mixing up their coverages. So we just have to do a good job at, you know, just recognizing it and making our adjustments.
You know, they've got a freshman quarterback. Do you look back at your freshman days and remember how much harder it was than it is now?
No, not at all. I really don't.
Thanks. What was difficult just learning, because you got thrown in a couple times, I know, but even last year, first time starter, first 5-6 games that were just common and consistent things you had to do?
It's just playing football, you know. I'm pretty sure those guys practice just as much as we do, and you know, once you get on the field, you know, it's just about, you know, calming your nerves. I mean, for a freshman or a first-time starter, you know, as for me, you know, I never had to deal with nerves, so you know, that was never an issue. You know, my thing was just to, you know, execute. I got a lot of, you know, good experience last year, and it's some things that I learned from that I use this year, and you know, I think I got better, you know, from last year. So you know, obviously, you know, it just comes with progression.
Obviously, you're focused on their defense. Have you seen anything out of Bridgewater, or do you ever watch him? Or
no, I haven't watched their offense. You know, I focus on defense.
Preparing for this game any differently? Because theoretically, could be the last time you guys ever played Louisville. You guys trying to leave a lasting mark on those guys? Or
not at all. You know, we're preparing the same way as we do every week. You know, we're getting ready for a tough opponent. Those guys are going to come in here fired up, so we have to be ready to play those guys.
In Louisville? They got the number one defense?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a new fact. I never knew that.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, what are you guys going in? I mean, what do you do? Anything special preparation to the defense that's as good as they have?
Same preparation, you know, just come out and play our game for the most part. I mean, just, you know, come up with a game plan throughout the week, execute throughout the week, and come Saturday with, you know, ready to play.
Right, just like the coach said, we just got to come out and really worry about ourselves. We really don't worry about what they do. I mean, they playing man-to-man just like LSU, so we just come out and make plays, then it should be a good ball game.
Tavon, how much do you practice, you know, those little running plays, and how important is that to you to be incorporated into the running game?
I mean, we practice a couple times during the team period and Scally, but most likely they already know most likely they can run the ball, so we don't really practice that much.
What have you guys seen from the Louisville defense that maybe concerns you guys a little bit?
I would say they got a great group of guys in the secondary. You know, they look pretty good. A lot of athleticism within their group, and I mean, they look pretty good. I mean, just like everybody else has on film, and we just got to attack those guys and, you know, just set the tempo throughout the game and just come out and make plays.
Just like Stead said, I mean, they the most athletic team we played so far versus LSU, but I mean, like you said, we come out there and we do what we got to do, then we should come out on top.
There was none. It was just like put the formation on the board. He's like, you know what they're going to run. It's just a matter of you guys stopping it. We put you in a position, you have to make a play. And well, made plays in the second half.
Talk about being the versatile linebacking core that you guys have. Do you have a place you'd like to play more than another, or are you really just happy kind of being in there and being wherever they need you?
Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter to me where I play. I'm happy to be back in the starting lineup. It wasn't fun sitting out a couple of weeks with your wrist and all that, but I don't really care where I play. I'm happy where I am right now.
Do you feel you add something at one place more than another, or you're a better fit somewhere else?
I think I'm a good fit where I am right now. I think I could take a toll on my body, taking on blocks and different things like that. So I think where I'm at is perfect.
Really surprised, even though it really was a humbling experience, you know. I mean, I know I could have done it the whole year, but it took this game to take it out. But I was just happy I was able to contribute with the team.
Was your family able to make it, or
nah?
Are they coming this week?
Well, I got an uncle in D.C. in Ohio. Maybe they might come. I texted them this week to see if they want to come, but I mean, at least they got to see it on TV. So
how special was it to talk? Well, first, can you explain your first interception? I remember the second one, but the first one, the play. And
I just remember we were in cover 2. I remember he liked to throw it to Sanu, and I was just thinking the whole time, please overthrow it, and he did. I mean, I didn't even look down to see where my feet was at or nothing like that. It just happened, and then I was just looking for him to, you know, do the signal, and they did it. It still feels like kind of not real that it happened.
Did Branton Bowser's speech at halftime, you know, get you kind of pumped up at all, or what were you feeling after halftime?
I mean, a lot of us did feel it. We really did feel it. It really opened up some of us. I mean, I know I took it to heart because me and him, we're kind of close. So me listening to him, I feel as if he's an older brother than me. So I really did take that into consideration.
What did he say? I mean, could you go back to it a little bit?
He just tell us just play for each other instead of just trying to play for the coaches and stuff like that. We need to put more enthusiasm into what we're doing and not just be out there just talking, be about it. Basically, that's all he was saying.
And obviously you guys did that. I mean, it was effective.
Yeah, a lot of us took it to heart. So, I mean, it really kind of showed with us not giving up any points. So,
part of this week's plan.
Hopefully.
Has coaches said anything about it?
About the power running game? I mean, we carry a good game plan every week, so it's always a chance that we can use the power game, but I wouldn't really call it a power game. It's just us lining up and running our offense.
Talk about the challenges that Louisville's defense brings to you in the offense.
They definitely blitz a lot, and they definitely have a lot of athletes on the field. Their middle linebacker, he's a very good player. I think he was a starter from last year. He's making a lot of plays out there. They have a safety. I forgot his name, but he's a true sophomore. He's making a lot of plays out there. He was like all conference last year. And they have 2 big boys up front, like 300-pounders. So it's going to be a challenge to go out there and play them, but we'll be all right.
How'd you grade out? When you looked at the film, did you do everything you were supposed to do?
I think I got 1 minus, like a 96 or 98% or something like that. So it was okay, but you know we strive for 100%.
So you're not disappointed, were you?
Not too disappointed, but the play that I did mess up on, it could have been costly. So I mean, just something I just gotta remember and carry into next game.
Sean, such a long road back for you. Is each one of those touches even more special for you now after going through what you went through?
Right, yeah, it definitely is, because I mean the type of injury I had and it kept messing up, I was kind of getting discouraged. I didn't know if I was going to be able to play again, so every carry now is just a blessing. It made me just work that much harder and just try to grind everything out.
You have to get your neck checked periodically, or you just cleared until something bothers you?
I go to treatment every day for my neck and any other injury I might have, so it's still an ongoing thing, making sure everything's okay with it.
What is it?
Excuse me?
What is it?
Oh, just a little neck injury I had. Little neck injury.
Just take us back to that time and exactly what happened and kind of the uncertainty you went through.
When I came back, I think when I came back for spring ball, I probably knew I wasn't ready. But I mean, with the new coaching staff on hand, I just wanted to go out and play, so I couldn't do that. But after the summer, I did a lot of treatment during the summer and during the spring also. So I thought,
okay, when it's camp to get here, I'd be ready. But I still wasn't ready then. But I mean, Dave and the trainers down there did a good job of getting me prepared, keeping me encouraged, telling me that I can be back at any moment. Just got to keep trusting the system and what they was telling me and the treatments that we were doing, and I was able to get back out here.